So just reporting live from my Red Sea Reefer 350 Sump. Nah, jokes. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Justin. In today's update, I just wanted to show you guys my updated Sump and just some of the changes that I've made over the last few weeks, and just to sort of give you guys an insight of my Sump layout. If you're sort of wondering, hey, what you could do to your Sump, and just some maybe inspiration, and just to look at the Red Sea Reefer 350 V3 Sump. So I'll switch the camera around and let's go. All right, guys. So here is a full wide shot of my Red Sea Reefer 350 V3 Sump. I will just show you guys a quick shot, and then I'll just turn the floor off just so you guys can see everything a bit properly. So basically, there are all the pipes, comes down into this small chamber, and then it overflows into your two filter socks or filter cups or filter media holders, and then from there it goes into the Refugium section, and then into the Skimmer section before entering a little bubble trap or bubble chamber, and then lastly into the return section. So I'll just turn the return pump off, and I'll give you guys a proper look. So as you can see, the water level is floating back up. Now I can show you sort of a proper look. So basically, this is the V3 Sump. It's a bit different to the first sort of Sump that used to ship with the Red Sea Reefer series. This one includes a Refugium ready section, which you can obviously see, and then just before that you get sort of the two filter cups just here. Actually you get a filter cup and a filter sock. What I've done, I've sort of gotten rid of the filter socks and I've changed it to filter cups. What I found, the filter socks, they just get clogged a little bit too quickly for my liking, and with these ones they're really easy to just swap over. Basically just put your hand in, grab the media out, rinse it, wash it, replace it, and you're ready to go. So that's basically what I've done. On the right side I'm using just black filter sponge, and then on the left I'm just using just filter wool that I change out every few weeks. So basically after that, the water will then go into the Refugium section. Now I've changed this up a lot. It's taken me quite a few times to sort of get the Refugium right. You can just see, just with the skimmer actually, the overflow nozzle is kicking in because the water level is gone too high. Basically what I'll do, I'll just turn on the feed mode. That'll just turn the skimmer off for 10 minutes. Really great feature. Anyway, without getting sidetracked, so here is the Refugium. In terms of what sort of macroalgae I have in there, I believe I've got I think this is a sort of calopa. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's some sort of calopa. And then just random bits of macroalgae that I've had for quite a while. I obviously have the red dragon macroalgae that I showed you guys a few months ago. Still doing all right. I feel like it hasn't grown too much, but it definitely hasn't like died off or anything like that. So that's doing pretty good. In terms of lighting, I have a Tunesy Chick Refugium light, which was pretty difficult to get. So that just gives out like a purple light, and then I've got a Lamini, just an Amazon light, just for a bit of extra spread. So you can just see an overhead shot. It's been growing pretty well, the macroalgae. And then what I've also done is I've added in this little sort of crate, like egg crate. Basically what I want to happen is, you can see how sort of the macroalgae is growing onto it. Basically every month or two, I'll just sort of snip away the macroalgae at the bottom of the crate, just pull it out and then harvest whatever, and then put it back in so it grows back onto it. I found it's better than having like multiple sort of rocks for the algae to latch onto, because I've found if you have the macroalgae sort of latch onto something, it grows a little bit better. So I've just put the crate in. Basically, I didn't have this middle baffle in before, that one. So I had the full thing sort of as a refugium, but I did find it was probably going to start growing into the skimmer, and you can sort of see there is a few leftover remnants making its way, so I'll have to get rid of that. Yeah, that's pretty much the refugium at the moment. Everything is growing pretty well. I do have quite a bit of light on it, so that's pretty good. Anyway, next we have the filter. Sorry, not the filter. The skimmer chamber with my Deltec 600i DC protein skimmer, and also my heaters. So I'll start off with the first heater. I just added a Shago titanium heater. It's a 300 watt. It's a really small one. I used to have a massive 300 watt Eheim heater that used to take up essentially this whole chamber. So I've hooked that up to an Inkbird controller, and that is my main heater. I also have a backup heater just behind, and I think it's a 200 watt Aqua One heater. Basically, it's not connected to the Inkbird. It's just a sort of redundancy thing. Just if the Inkbird controller breaks, I have that to sort of rely upon. Next, I have all my biomedia. So as you can see, just a bit of Marine Pure and some other sorts of biomedia. At the bottom of the Marine Pure, I do have Sea Chem Matrix. So I've had that media for quite a while, and it seems to be doing pretty well. So I've just sort of kept it like that. But yeah, that's the middle chamber. Nothing too crazy. I do try and siphon it out once every so often. You can see, unfortunately, there is a lot of algae growing inside the skimmer because of this light. So I'll have to probably address that soon. In the next chamber, we have, basically it's a bubble trap. So over there, I've just got pretty much some more filter media, or filter wool, a sponge, and my auto top-off sensor magnet is in that chamber. And that's pretty much it, really. And then on the other side, you have the auto top-off sensor. So basically in the last chamber, I'll just put the brightness up a little bit, I have my return pump. So I finally hooked up the Ecotech Vectra M2. It's running really well, extremely quiet, guys, compared to my old AC skimmer. I've just got a plastic clamp and then just a little cable tie around it. So it's running at 45%, and yeah, it's doing really well, so can't complain yet. It's been running for about a week. And there is just some ChemiPure chemical media that I'm running. So that's just to basically clear up the water. It does have a bit of GFO in there, so it will reduce, I think, nitrates and phosphates a little bit. And yeah, so that's the return chamber. Then pretty much, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the main sort of stuff. And now onto like a few miscellaneous things. I have this heat, this digital temperature checker that goes into the back skimmer chamber, and then my Inkbird has two temperature probes. So I've got also one just behind the skimmer over there, and then I've got one just sort of under there. Hard to see because there's a lot of stuff on the glass, but it's just there. I then have my auto top off line just running from the reservoir that's here just into the return chamber where it pours in. And then lastly, I have my third, this one's actually a Wi-Fi temperature thermometer. Basically it sends me messages if there's any like massive fluctuations or anything. It's made by Aquael or Aquael, so this one was pretty good. But basically I've got 3 forms of redundancy when it comes to temperature, which is pretty good to have, especially in summer. In terms of cable management, you can see for yourself. It's pretty ordinary. It is what it is. It is kind of a tight sump, and cable-wise, I do have to clean it up. But the main thing is it's functional. Like everything is obviously working as it should at the moment, so I'm not too fussed about that. So that's pretty good. So that's basically the sump section. Everything's running well. So if you've got a V3 Red Sea Reefer 350 sump and you're looking at you know, a bit of inspiration or you know, you're just kind of stuck for ideas on how to set it up, this is how mine is. When I was purchasing this tank, I couldn't find that many V3 videos, so this is how I've laid mine out, and I think it's probably worked for me quite well, especially getting rid of the filter socks. I think that's a game changer in terms of maintenance stuff, because I feel like filter wool will clear up your water in terms of water clarity the same, if not better, as a filter sock, and it's just easier to maintain. So that's sort of my philosophy, and a lot of other reefers I think are undertaking that philosophy nowadays, getting rid of the filter socks and just keeping filter wool. I do have an anemone in here. I think it's a Magano Niem. If you followed my older videos, it is one that I picked up over a year ago, and it just sort of hitchhiked on the rocks that I keep in the Refugium. So that's pretty cool. And then here's just a close-up of all the macroalgae. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I will show you guys quickly just the left side of the cabinet. It is a mess. That's just a reservoir, and then that is all the cables. So it's a bit of a mess. I am working on it. It's sort of my next project. There's some of the controllers and stuff. So Deltec controller, Inkbird, and my Rite Wavemaker controller. I'll just turn that off again. So yeah, that is pretty much it. And just on that side is my Ecotech return controller. So basically my next sort of thing that I'm working on is getting this reservoir out and getting it somewhere else. So I've ordered some extra long hose, and then yeah, I'll be working on making like a new reservoir and stuff. But without sort of making this video too long, that is my Red Sea Reefer 350 V3 sump. I will be doing a update video on the tank hopefully in the next week or so, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video and you're liking the content, I really appreciate any subscribes and any likes. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, appreciate it, and happy reefing.